Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. To begin with the topic, it's protecting new innovations, discoveries, and original work developed as research outcome through patents and copyrights. So, if we go to the introduction, nowadays many of our master students, PhD students, as well as researchers who are young teachers also, and senior teachers also conducting many researches which are outcome based and which is a resource for the community as well. It is helpful to the society also. So the research has to be strong and rational, which provides reliable and accurate results. Now it's very very important to address the problems that offers precise answers which are well planned, and if it is well planned and grounded, then you will have a better results. So using efficient procedures and instruments is very very essential to bring out the research outcomes which are good and strong. So for that we need to have trustworthy data. So data collection procedure is very very important. You can not just rely on the Google Forms, but you need to have a trustworthy person who is collecting data. If you have employed someone or you use yourself are collecting the data, so that it is organized properly, and you can also collaborate with the other subject matter experts from many fields. For example, if I take my example, I belong to home science. Home science is utilizes a multidisciplinary approach wherein if I belong to FRM department, that is family resource management, we combine with the extension communication also, foods and nutrition also, and we take ideas from each other. We take their feedback also. We communicate. We have an ethical meeting also, wherein we have people belonging to different fields, where we are presenting our consent related problems, how we will be collecting the data, what is the procedure we are going to follow, whether we are taking the consent from the people who are involved, the respondents who are involved in the research, and whether we are following the ethical issues. So for that also we are combining people from multidisciplinary fields. So that is also one of the way wherein you will be getting an excellent and trustworthy data. So nowadays, when we are doing all this, we are generating. For example, the scientists are conducting many researches for their medicines, new technologies, new drugs they are manufacturing. So that is very very helpful for them also to solve the real world issues in addition to being correct. Now, when we saw that during the COVID times, we were relying on the medicines, and in India, many of the people were following the Ayurveda also, which had a lot of benefits. So that was one of the discoveries done by people who were the professionals in Ayurveda, and we were able to. Sustain because of those Ayurveda techniques which we were following during that time. So that kind of researches are also beneficial to the community. So by strengthening this research, it will produce reliable and significant results. Now, what is the difference between research with outcome and research without outcome? So, research with outcome will have clear results. That means you will be able to produce specific, tangible solutions and findings which you will be able to see when your research is over, and you are with some output which is very very clear to the community or wherever you are presenting the results. And it will also have a practical application. That is, it will be directly impact it will impact the practices, policies and technologies. For example, if I take my example, we had designed a solar food cart, wherein we had used the solar panels for generating electricity, and through that electricity we can cook the food. So that was having a practical application for the food cart vendors, wherein they don't have to have a gas cylinder for working, but they can rely on the solar energy. So that is also directly impacting the technologies. So that is output based research. Output-based researches also have quick benefits, that is, improvements that can be applied in real-world scenarios. As I told you, during COVID time also we had our own experiences. We came out with, we realized why oxygen is so much important for us, because that 2 years we had faced many problems. So nowadays what people have started doing is they are using more, they are planting more of trees outside their houses, as well as they are keeping the plants in the indoor areas also, which are producing more of oxygen. So that is the time they realized, and many of the researcher also did researches that how you can generate more of oxygen into the indoor areas also, wherein we have lot of nowadays we use air conditioning, so most of the time we keep our doors and windows closed. So when we are keeping the doors and windows closed, and we are not having any of the source wherein we can generate more of oxygen, so this little solutions which we came out through researches in our interior designing field was a quick benefit for the people. So these are the examples of the researches with outcome. Now when we are talking about research without outcome, now these researches are exploratory nature, which we may not produce immediate or clear results, but we are generating data which can be utilized in future. That is, we are having a theory contribution, that is, we are identifying new questions, that is qualitative type of a research that will not have a practical application now, but in future that theory will definitely be used. And these kind of research also is a foundation for the future, wherein we are building up groundwork for the future researches, or we are having theoretical advancement which can be utilized by some other researcher to conduct a research. Okay, so we were talking about the outcome-based research and the researches which are theoretical, where we are generating more of theories, so that that theory can be utilized by the other researchers to conduct research based on those kind of things. So now basically we have, if we want to protect our innovations, we have two things. What we can do is, one, either we can go for a copyright. If it is something that is, you have your formula, you have a script, or maybe you have some drama which you have written, or you have written some poem, the story, you have something in literature. What is in literature? You have something in hand, that for that you can go for copyright. And approximately the copyright procedure takes 3 months. And if your work has some technical issue, or if the government has some questions regarding your copyright, then they will send you an email where you need to give the answers. And then if it is technically everything is fine, and then you will get a certificate for that. But for patent the procedure is little longer. That is, approximately if you are applying for a design product, then the procedure is minimum it takes around 6 months. And in 6 months what they do is, 1 month your product will be displayed on the site, that is the patent website, wherein if others want to see and want to claim something, or maybe they also have filed something similar pattern, patent or something, so they will have a full chance of appealing for whatever you have designed or put on the website. And if no technical questions are there, no there are nothing to be noted regarding that particular patent, then it will approximately take, I think it takes 6 months approximately, wherein you can go ahead with the patent and a certificate will be generated for you. Yeah, ma'am, we were on this slide. Yes. So, ma'am, after that, please, can you please change the slide, ma'am? Yeah. So, if we go into the benefits of research outcome for society, as I talked earlier, so if it is a research outcome-based research, it will be focusing on delivering, as I told you, the practical results that will be beneficial for the real-world problems, and it also helps create solutions and technologies that will improve your daily living. As I gave an example of the solar energy, nowadays solar energy is used in multiple ways. It is used as a solar light, it is used in the outdoor areas, it is used as to operate inside your house also. You are using the solar panels for generating electricity in the residential areas, in the commercial areas. So that is in turn enhancing and improve your daily living, that is not creating any pollution. So that is beneficial outcome. Then enhance health by developing better treatments. Lot of people are bringing out new recipes. Mostly the foods and nutrition department are giving you good recipes which are very very beneficial for your health. What amount of iron you should take, carbohydrates, proteins. They are conducting researches on this and coming up with new recipes, and which are beneficial for us also. And for all ages they have specified calories which you need to take, and they are also going for copyright for the these kind of recipes. And it boosts the education with more effective teaching methods. We as teachers are getting many new teaching methods because of this kind of studies. Earlier we were not having these kind of meetings, that is online meetings, but now because COVID taught us that these are also the platforms where we can meet no matter where we are in the entire world. So these kind of technologies are coming up with better effective teaching methods and communicating with each other. And economic growth by fostering innovations. It also supports the environmental protection, informs better policies, and increases safety and tackles social issues also. And outcome based research makes sure that scientific efforts leads to meaningful improvements in societies. So any research, whenever it is scientific efforts are put in, that is definitely going to bring out meaningful improvements for the society, which will be beneficial to the entire community. Next please, ma'am. Now, as I told you, benefits of research in academics, if we talk about wherein we are teaching, we are students, we are researching, the major benefits are it advances our knowledge. Definitely, when we are doing a research, it is taking around 2 years, 4 years. If you are conducting a PhD research, 2 years. If you are into a master's research, it will definitely enhance your knowledge, because for 2 consecutive years you are dealing with the same subjects. You are learning about more of the new insights, new theories are generated, new data you are knowing about, and you are able to advance this knowledge to the students also, and that becomes an effective teaching method also. It is also improving your teaching. Why? Because of the research we have come out with the evidence, because this is the information, piece of information which you yourself has created, because this is evidence based. And definitely it will improve the teaching, it will enhance the curriculum, because your knowledge will be utilized by the institution, by the educational institution, and that will enhance the curriculum of the teaching, and then it will lead to effective education for the students who are learning. It supports the academic reputation, because high quality of research outcomes, which has the data is very authentic, the researchers reputation is good, the institution will also have a good grading, because you are leading to new recognitions, you are having respect in this field, because you are coming out with good academic scores in terms of your research. So definitely it will have an advantage for the academic reputation. It enhances the institutional prestige also, because if your research is good, has a significant outcome, it is going to benefit the community, it has something positive for the institution, then definitely it will enhance the prestige of the institution, and it will attract more students towards that faculty, towards that institution. Next is it informs about the future research, because you have a foundation for further studies, whether you have generated some theory, whether you have some formulas, whether you have something new regarding your research, that is definitely going to help you the future generations, and provide research directions and questions to the other researchers. Also, one way in which your research, if it is good, it is going to help you secure funding. Many agencies are helping the students, the researchers, the teachers to conduct meaningful research also, and they are providing you grants and funds for projects also. So that is added advantage if you have a good research outcome. Then is it facilitates collaborations. People will be ready to collaborate with you because you have come out with some good projects, with some good researches, wherein the entire community will be benefited. And people, when you put your research outcomes into the social media, or you publish your papers, you publish your new innovations, people will know about it, and people will be ready to come forward for collaborating with you. So this is also a benefit. And next is it drives innovation. That is, it leads to new discoveries and advancement that can influence the academic theory, practice, and policy. So that is a drive we need to have. Everyone's research need to have, so that we go on innovating new things. Next, ma'am. Now, when we are talking about the benefits of research outcome, what are the benefits the researcher will have? That is very, very important, because when you are working so hard for your research, you definitely think that you also should be benefited. So, publication success is the most important nowadays. When you are going into a teaching field, you need a API score, and for that, your publication score has to be good. Your publication should be in good reputed journals, so that opportunity you get. If you have a good research outcome, your research is meaningful. Then there is an increased citation index, H index, API score, which is again a benefit for the researchers. If we are planning to go for the academic field, then you have increased funding opportunities. Definitely, if you are conveying your findings to the other agencies through social media, through publications, people will get to know about all your outcomes, and definitely they will be interested in funding you. Skill development is very important. Why? Because when you are conducting these kind of researches, when you are spending so much of time, you will, or you yourself will develop that particular skill of researching, and you will be able to inculcate these skill development skills in your students also. And increased job opportunities, definitely you will be, people will be offering you job, because your research will interest the society and the industries. And the professional recognition and reputation you will receive, because if you go for copyright and patent, people will recognize your work, and definitely you will receive lot of recognition in the news media, press media, everywhere. And that will also make you more happy with, because you have put in so much of hard work in your researches. And the networking and collaborations will also increase. Wherever you are working, people will be ready to collaborate with you. Will be interested in collaborating for other researches also, apart from this particular research also. Next, ma'am. Now, what is the importance of research outcome? Why it is important? So now, by offering a reliable information and evidence, research assists people in making more informed decision. That is, if you have conducted a research on an important topic, that research is definitely going to help the other people to make more informed decision. For example, nowadays we have many misleading advertisements also. If you are making people aware about these kind of advertisements, when people are going to buy the products in the market, they will remember what you have suggested to them. So that is, they will be able to make more informed decision. Next, it expands our understanding of the world by revealing new facts and concepts. So through your research, you have brought something new into the in this particular field. Whatever field you have taken, you have brought new facts, new theories, new concepts, and that will have an wider understanding to the entire world, because you will be revealing these facts and concepts, sharing that in your publications. Effective research solves issues and enhances processes and overcome obstacles. That is, it is definitely going to solve the issues. That is, as I told you, now we have a lot of electricity is used by all of them, all the people. We are using a lot of air conditioning nowadays. So what is a good option? Economical option is the solar energy. So these issues, these kind of issues are solved by your researches. So, in this kind of researches, you are bringing out better solutions for the community, and which will overcome the obstacles. Next is it assists in improving regulations and legislations by providing legislators with reliable information. That is, if you are collecting the data, that is very, very reliable, very accurate. When we have this kind of data wherein we are counting the population of the country or some, so you need very, very minute details, very, very accurate results, very, very accurate data. So if you have done this very accurately, that will be used by the government also, because they need the reliable information. Studies highlight areas that can be improved, resulting in breakthroughs and fresh chances. So, whatever, for example, if you have conducted research in a particular field, how it can be further improved, the other researchers can take your study as a base, and they can go for other cases also. They will be they will be coming out with the good results also based on your research. So you are providing them an insight through your research. And lastly, reliable study results boost the validity of the conclusions and encourage additional investigation and application. That is, if your study is reliable, correctly done, utilize all the procedures, all the instruments which are valid, has ethical considerations are taken care of, then you will come out with good conclusions that is going to encourage additional investigations and application by the other communities also. Next slide, ma'am. Now, ways to present the research outcome. Now, because you have put in lot of hard work, all the students, master students, PhD students, as well as the teachers are conducting lot of researches. They are working so hard for the research outcomes. Now, they should get an opportunity wherein they can present these results. So, what is that platform which you can use to publish your results? Where
Kindly request Govind sir to mute your mic. It's a disturbance that's being caused. Govind sir, kindly mute your mic.
So, where you can publish your research is people will be knowing about. So, one way is you can go for presentations. That is, now, for example, if I am presenting about my copyrights and patents here, people will get to know what patents I have. And if they want to conduct such kind of researches, or maybe want to take this research ahead also, they can do it because they are knowing about what kind of research I have conducted. So you can use these platforms, paper presentations. You can go for national paper presentation, international. You can go for workshops. You can go for online presentations. You can become a resource person, wherein you will be sharing the outcomes in the conferences, seminars, webinars, and letting people know what are your research outcomes. Second is report. Whenever you are getting some project by the organizations, by government or NGOs, you publish your reports where which contains the entire procedure what you have followed, what are the research outcomes and the results. So you prepare a report and you submit to the organization and the industries that what is the outcome of your research. This is one way where you will be knowing, you will be letting people know about your research. Then you have blogs and articles nowadays where people utilize this platform where you summarize your findings and research, and let the general audience know about the information related to your researches. So this is one of the good platforms nowadays. People are using this. You can have your patents and copyrights, where your patents and copyrights are published on the government website, where people who are interested to know about the patents and copyrights, they will be getting to see your certificates, and whatever is your innovation and technology and ideas, that will be published on the government website, and people will know about your innovations. Next is media, that can be newspapers, or you can give your interviews also. You can podcast or blog updates. So this is media you can use to publicize your researches. And workshops and training, you can conduct such sessions to teach the outcomes to the professionals and public as well as to the students. So these are certain ways which can be utilized by you. Next, ma'am. Now about the what is the difference between patent and copyright? So, ma'am, can you just click on? So, click, ma'am. 3 4 times you need to click. Yeah. So, what is the difference? Now, purpose of a patent is to protect new technologies and discoveries such as design, machine, or equipment. Whatever you have designed, you want to get a patent for it. Whereas in a copyright, the purpose is to protect the original work, that is the authorship. Like, for example, you have written a book, you have composed a music, prepared a video, or a design which you want to copyright. You have want to have a copyright for it. So that is for your authorship. Whereas the duration for this patent is up to 20 years. Whenever you are granted a certificate, so till 20 years the patent is with you, and after 20 years you again have to file it for getting a patent second time of the same product. And for the copyright, usually it lasts for a set term for the related subject matter, whatever it is, like it is a book or a music or a video. So for every thing, it will be different. Now, the requirements is the innovation for a copyright for a patent must be novel, useful to the people, and to the environment, and it should be unique. So, this is a criteria for getting a patent. Whereas for copyright, it must be innovative, original, and fixed in a tangible format. You need to have it in a written file so that it can be copyrighted. The rights here for the patent, it gives the owner the right to make, use, sell, or have a license. And here in a copyright, it gives the owner the right to reproduce, distribute, display, or adapt. So this is the basic difference between the patent and copyright. Next slide, ma'am. Now here the copyright, if you want, I'll share this. I have already shared in the group, so you can use this. Now this is a link for the copyright where you can go and file a copyright yourself alone, and don't click it. You can go and you can file a copyright on your own, and the details and informations, that what are the types, how much time it takes, what is the procedure, it is also given in the details and information wherein I have written here. And what kind of work will be there, that is, it has six type of work which can have a copyright, that is literary work, dramatic work, musical work, artistic work, cinematography, and sound recording. So these kind of works can have a copyright. And this copyright, you can directly go to the website and file a copyright, or if you are beginning, you are filing your first copyright, I would advise you go through an agency. They are not charging too much, but because if it is a first copyright, you will be little it will be difficult. Why? Because when you file a copyright, and if they have any questions, then you will have to answer those questions, because you need to give the clarification of the copyright and the procedure and what you are getting copyrighted. So that will be a little difficult for the first time, and when you are used to all this, then second time you can file copyright on your own. So this is the entire structure wherein how you file the copyright, that is filing of the application first with the fees. The fees is nominal. It is 3,000 rupees for a copyright. Then they will issue a diary number to you. 30 days it will be mandatorily waiting for the objectives, that is it will be displayed on the website. If other people have any objections toward your copyrighted thing which you have submitted, then the objections will be held up. If no objection is there, then it will go smoothly, and it will be you will within 3 months you will receive a registration certificate. But if it will have an objection, then there will be a hearing, both the parties will be called, then you will have to reply. There will be reply from both the sides. If they are satisfied with your hearing, and they are like okay with your answers, then it will again go to the procedure, and your application will be accepted, and your certificate will be generated. So if they are not happy with your answer and they are not satisfied with the justification, then application will be rejected, and they will be sending you the rejection letter. Next, ma'am. I'm talking, ma'am, please. Yeah. Now, these are the copyrights which I have got. I'm just displaying it so that you know what kind of work can be copyrighted. So, I had prepared a design along with my student, that is designing a terrace garden for the residential area. So, what new creative things we had proposed. So, based on that, we had prepared a paper. On the paper, we had prepared a design, and that design was given for copyright. So, I received for that. Then the second was enhancing raising awareness of the homemakers regarding consumer rights and responsibilities. This was a topic under which we had prepared. I got a project, and it was a part of the project. I had prepared a bhavai, and for a bhavai, that is an Indian folk form bhavai. So for the bhavai, I had prepared a script, and that script I had copyrighted. And thirdly, it was a residential layout for 3 generation families. So when 3 generation families are living together, that is the parents, then their children and the grandparents. So what kind of accommodation they need and how should be the design of a residence. This was about that. That was prepared on a paper, and that was again copyrighted. And lastly, it was a training module on food and beverage service and dining etiquettes, wherein a procedure, again, a training module was prepared. I'm talking about the videography, I told you. An entire video was prepared wherein it was my PhD student and myself, wherein we had taught about the food and beverage services and dining etiquettes. The entire video was approximately about 5 to 10 minutes, and it contained the videography of the entire training module, and that we had sent for the copyright. So these are the types where I was describing the 6 types. So this is a variation in all the 4. So this you can go for copyright. Next, ma'am. Here, if you see, I just wanted to show you this designing a terrace garden for residential area. So this is a design for the terrace garden, wherein in the literature I had described everything that what all things I have provided. That it was a separate cooking area, a covered area, then a flower bed, then hard components, soft components, everything I had mentioned in the literature along with this design. They asked for the explanation also, so that was done. Second, I told you this was a bhavai script, so which was patented, which was having a copyright. The third was, yes ma'am, next slide. Residential layout for the 3 generation families. So it was a big picture, I have not posted over here. And lastly, the training modules on the food and beverage. So there was different serving techniques and the dining etiquettes. Next, ma'am. For the patent, this is a link and details and information you will get. 3 types of patents are there: utility patent, design patent, and plant patent. Utility patent, which you can, the article is something you are making which has a utility for the utility. For example, if you are preparing medicines, drugs, and that will be beneficial. Many cancer medicines are coming up, new things are coming up, that has a utility for the patients, for other people. So that design patent, I have got all the design, all 7 patents are design patent. It takes lesser time compared to utility patent. So I had gone for the design patent. That is, you have to entirely design, you have to give a 3D view of all your 7 views of your design, and then you have to submit with an explanation. So that is, and plant patent, you are going for hybrid plant modification in the plants, that is plant based. So here also the entire procedure I have shown here. So you have to first start with your idea, file a patent, then you have to complete all the specifications. There will be for some time it will be published on the website, wherein if people will be having certain issues regarding your patent, having certain questions regarding your patent, they are free to address. Then if there will be no questions, everything is fine, it will go smoothly onto the next procedure, wherein it will go further for clarification, examinations, and then you will get a patent certificate. But if there will be certain objections, then both the parties will be called, the case will be solved, and then it will go for if everything is solved, then it will go for a patent. So this is about patent. Next, ma'am. These are the 7 designs I'm just showing you, because I had gone for the design patent. So what is all about, it will go into the next slides, but I'll just share with you. The first one, we had designed indoor distance sitting, that was designed during the COVID times, when there was a rule that there should be a certain distance between 2 seaters. Everywhere we had that rule that there should be a 3 feet distance according to WHO WHO guidelines, you cannot sit close to each other during COVID times. So this is a waiting bench we had designed, wherein compulsorily people will have to have distance, because there was a certain rod provided in between that can hold your bags, that can hold the if not used during the COVID times, that can be used as a flower bed also. Certain hooks were provided where you can hang your belongings. The material which was used for the sitting also was easy to clean, easy to wipe, and with sanitizer, if you are using for the entire seat, that also it will not spoil and you can wipe it off. So with that purpose we had designed this indoor distance seating. The next one was again for that purpose only. During COVID times it got the patent, joint bed with the attached partition. This was specifically designed for the hostel rooms, wherein we saw that there was a lot of problem the children were facing in our hostels, because they were not allowed to live in the hostel during the COVID because of the closeness, because in one room 3 or 4 students were staying. So we had designed this particular bed with a partition in between, where there's a partition so that the two students are not in contact, and if there is coughing, sneezing, they will be apart. We had used certain material specifications. Every belonging was apart. 2 doors were suggested also in the rooms, so it was having an entirely different set. So they had their study table also. There was a folding table also. Below the bed also we had provided storage also. Above the table there was a board also for hanging their papers and everything. So it was very tactfully designed. So this also we had done during the COVID times. Then we had solar powered food cart, as I talked about. We use the solar panels in the residential and commercial areas, but the food stall holders also can use this panel, so that they don't have to use the gas cylinders, or they don't have to use the kerosene also, which is not good for the environment also, and it's expensive also. So to motivate those people, the food cart vendors, we had done this. We had conducted a workshop, and we had called them in our university, oriented them about this, and they were very, very happy about this. So this is one solution. Then we had solar bench for the outdoor areas also, wherein we suggested the solar bench which has a solar panel. It has electricity socket also, because nowadays every youth want to sit with their laptop and mobiles. So there was a socket provided, there was electricity, there was a light provided also. So during night time also, if you want to sit in the garden and study, you can do so. And below the bench there were the legs were provided which were animal friendly. So in rainy seasons and such a time, the animals like dogs and cats can also sit there. So if it is in garden, they can also utilize. That was an idea. Then we had adjustable table and chair set for the classroom, because we have interior designing students for 4 to 5 hours continuously doing their practicals and preparing their sheets. So for them we had designed this table which is adjustable, where you can sit and then do your sheet work, or you can either stand also and do. It has many inclinations also. You can hold the bench wherever you need. You want to have little incline, you can do that also. So it was very adjustable. So that was an idea. Then modular padded seat attachment, this we had designed. If you are aware, Surat is an hub for the diamond industry, wherein lot in the unorganized sector. This was my PhD student, Ruchika Agrawal, who had done this. So there we had done studied on the unorganized sector, where lot many children were also working, old age also, women also were working, and they were continuously sitting on a stool with no support at all, wherein there was a lot of back issue they were facing, because they were dealing with this precious thing that was a magnet, continuously holding that magnet in the hand and sitting in a very awkward position. So for that we had designed this padded seats to make their seat very comfortable, which is a very low cost solution given to the organizers who deal with this, their manager. Then this is the last one which we recently received, that is detachable mattress lifter and tucking tool. Now during bed lot of women are facing, because the mattress is very very huge and heavy. So this is a tucking mattress lifter and tucking tool, which makes our job very very easy. For the hotel people also, it makes very easy. So this is the design patent which we had applied, and we had received patent for this particular design. Ma'am, next. Now design development. Now the first I had got the designs approved on AutoCAD 7. We have to send them all different angles of pictures of this, so that we had prepared in the AutoCAD, and done the rendering, and 3D we had sent to them, because your design patent takes less time compared to the product patent. So we had got the patent for the design, and then actually we got those things prepared, and we used that in our department. So these are everything which we got prepared, so that here in the department students can use, teachers can use, and actually we can know whether it is effective or not. So for that purpose, we got the funds from the university also. Now this tucking tool was very very cheaper compared to the other things, so we got it done by our own, so that people can use it, and they can know whether it is comfortable or not. So if any modifications is needed, we can modify these things also, and we can again submit for the patent. Any modifications can be done in your own design, and it can be repatented also. So that even a small modification, if you will do that, you can file again for the patent after 20 years. If you want that my design, I want to make a little more innovative about this, or maybe you think that the cost is much now and you want to reduce with the new kind of materials available in the market, you can do so, and you can repatent it. Next slide, ma'am. Now this actually I want to show the picture, because this we had got it done. We have prepared it, and we have used it in our department. So you will get a registration date, you will get an issued date also, and what are the unique features also, you need to mention that. Next slide, ma'am. Yeah, this is the actual picture, where I was, ma'am, previous slide, if you'll go on the previous slide. Yeah, ma'am. The below picture, that is kept in our department, and the upper one is AutoCAD designed. We had prepared. Next, ma'am. Yeah, this is a bed which we had suggested. Ahmedabad-based hostel have approached us for this. Currently, we are just into the talking terms. We have not physically prepared this as yet, but yes, we are talking to certain people who will be interested in these particular designs. Next, ma'am. This is a solar cart. This we have prepared successfully, and now I would like to invite you, all of you, on 20th. We have an inauguration of this food stall, wherein you can come and see if you are here in Baroda and Gujarat. So I'll send the invitation on the group. So this is done now, and we will be inaugurating this soon on Tuesday. Next, ma'am. This is a solar cart, as I told you, and for this preparing this solar cart, preparing this solar bench, we had prepared 3 benches. This was solar, for which we got patent. Other 2 also we have prepared, and we have received a grant from the university. So the making process is going on, and whenever it will be prepared, we will be placing these 3 benches in our university faculty garden for use of all the students. So definitely I'll communicate to all of you. Next. This is, and as I told you, that our students were facing many problems, continuously working 3 to 4 hours. So we got this done, and now our students are sitting here, and they are feeling very very comfortable also. And now we are working this took 6,000 we had spent on this. So I am working for the solutions, that what other building materials can be utilized, and we can go for cost cutting. Next. Yeah, this we already have done, because this we had provided to those the people who were working in the unorganized sector, and they had used this for 1 month, and they were very very satisfied. So this we have done the data collection also, the feedback also, and we have provided to the owner of that particular unorganized sector. Yeah, this also we have prepared, and currently on 20th we have a workshop wherein we are teaching. We are going to teach the specially abled children from Disha Foundation. They will be coming to our department, and they will be learning the hospitality skill and the gardening skills. So we are going to use this particular instrument to teach them, teach those students bed making. So this took us this is single piece wood, and this took us around 3,000 rupees. So here also we are working on some modifications where we can cut down the cost, because this is prepared from wood, so it was little expensive. Next, ma'am. That's it from my side, ma'am. And this was a little bit what I could guide you, or tell about my journey through the entire patent and copyright. I was also new in this field, and I think Professor Manisha Shukul was my guide in masters and PhD. So ma'am had given us a lot of information regarding the researches, and how we can go about doing meaningful research for the community. So slowly and gradually, as we have learned, we had tried to work for the community, for the society. We think that the research should not be in the books and in the thesis, and but it should reach to the community where it is actually needed. So this was our little contribution. My students, master students, my PhD students, myself, other colleagues in the department are also working in this direction, and they are trying their level best to reach to the community, and whatever little problems we can solve by our contribution. So ma'am, this is our social sciences, what we are doing. Thank you so much, ma'am, for giving.
Thanks a lot, Dr. Sarju.